Today, I want to talk to you about the power of respect in communication. What's up, guys? This is Philip Sessions, your public speaking and presentations coach. And I want to talk to you a little bit about that respect portion of communications and whether you're presenting, speaking in front of people. That respect is a crucial part of your success in speaking and communicating. And this is often overlooked. And I don't exactly understand why. I have ideas because of my morals and my beliefs, but my understanding and what I think it really is the fact that people aren't being taught to respect others, especially authority, but just in general, respect other people. It's all about me, me, me. So as long as I get what I want, I don't care about anybody else. But it's the furthest thing from the truth. If you are not respecting people, you are not going to get what you want. When you're a child, you still get what you want, and more so what you need than what you want, because you cry and beg and get really annoying. And finally, parents just give in and they get tired of it. But they love you so much. And that's what a parent does. It doesn't matter to an extent how much you do, you are still going to love your child no matter what. So you are going to give them everything that they want, everything, of course, that they need, and everything that they desire, because that's the love that you have for them. But then we get to this real world, we get to the adult world, and all of a sudden we're doing the same thing. We're crying, we're kicking, we're screaming, we're disrespecting people, and we're just focused on me, me, me. I want this, I want that. And it's all about me or I, all of those things, which is just internal to you and making you better. And that's where the lack of respect comes in and makes it where you can't get what you want. And so if you are struggling today to get what it is that you want, I want you to take a look at what kind of respect that you're giving to the person that you're speaking to. Are you truly giving them the respect that they deserve? And it's of my opinion that you give people respect up to the point that they start to disrespect you, and still respect them as a human. Don't treat them like dirt, but also I would suggest not giving them the time of day. And I know it's tough to hear, especially as a Christian. That's something that we strive to love everyone as Jesus loved us. But you have to have that space, because you have to create that boundary. And it's not about completely shutting them out, completely just acting like they don't even exist anymore. But you do have to limit the amount of exposure you get to that person, because they are not in a place that's going to make you better. They're in a place that they're just trying to look out for themselves. They're looking out for that number one themselves. And so you have to put up that boundary. You have to create that boundary for them. And that's a sign of respect for you, which is probably the most important thing, that you have a respect for yourself. And why a lot of people, when you talk with them, maybe they don't want to work with you, or maybe they don't like you as much, or they do disrespect you, because they see that you don't have respect for yourself. Because any person that I have dealt with, and I'm one that respects people, but any person that I've dealt with that really holds respect for themselves, really holds a boundary, they are people that I know not to cross the line with. I know those are the people that I need to show even more respect. I'm not a respecter of people, but in my subconscious, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I need to make sure I really treat this person kindly. I really show this person respect, because they respect themselves enough. They have those boundaries for a reason, and I need to respect those boundaries. But the people that simply don't have those boundaries, don't have that respect for themselves, not that I disrespect them, but there is a shift in my mindset, in my subconscious, that tells me that maybe it's okay if I don't give them as much respect. I still try to give as much respect, and it's hard for me to elaborate, explain that, but hopefully me saying that makes you think right now, like, yeah, I do realize that certain people, I give that respect and authority to, such as a police officer. We look at that uniform, we look at that badge, and we say, oh, I'm going to respect them just because they have that uniform, they have that badge, and they have that boundary that, I mean, you wouldn't go up to them and try and give them a bear hug, because then they're going to think that you're trying to attack them, and they've got a gun on their side probably, or a taser or something, and some consequences could happen. And so it's the same thing for a person that has that respect and those boundaries. You as a human can sense that from that person. And so the same thing whenever you are communicating or presenting to somebody, if you are not communicating from a place of respect and an understanding that they are a human as well, and that you are wanting to talk to them as another human, as an equal. We're on equal playing fields at this point. It doesn't matter if you're trying to get money from them, if you're trying to sell them, if you are trying to get them to, you're trying to buy their product, whatever that may look like, that situation there. If you do not come out on an even playing field, and it goes both ways, even if you put them above you or you put them below you, that respect level will directly impact how that conversation goes. If you put them above you, what happens there is now they're starting to look down on you. They're starting to think that you don't have that respect for yourself. You don't feel worthy of this, and therefore they don't know if they can trust you. They don't know if your product or service is going to be good enough for them. So they're not going to want to do business with you. They're not going to want to listen to you. They don't want to give you the time of day, because you put them on this pedestal. You put them above you instead of trying to make y'all equals, because we're all human. We are all equal. Yes, there are slight caveats to that. You may be the CEO of a Fortune 100 company, or maybe you're a billionaire, or whatever may be going on there. But at the end of the day, we are humans. And when you do have that conversation, you treat that person with respect and realize that you should have that same respect, reciprocate it to you, because you are another human. Now, yes, you wanted to respect people's time and things like that. That is not putting them on a pedestal. You just realize that there's that chain of authority, if you will, or there's that time discrepancy in there, that their time is technically more valuable than yours, but you still treat them with that same respect that you would treat somebody that makes less than you. And when you don't do that, like I mentioned, it makes them think that you don't value yourself as much. In the same way, if you put yourself here and you put somebody beneath you, now it's like you're looking down on them, you're almost godlike to them. They're not going to want to listen to you either, because now you think you're better than them. You think that you are God's gift to them. And it puts this mindset on them as well to not want to listen to you. So either way, if you put somebody above or below you, it's going to make your conversation difficult. So that respect level needs to be the same respect across the board, no matter who the person is. And when you create that respect in your communication, in your presentation, in your speaking to an audience, people will listen to you more. That respect is such an important thing. I cannot stress that enough. If you do not have that respect for others, but also for yourself, it's not just about respecting the person you're talking to. You have to start with yourself first, just because you have to protect yourself. And that's what that respecting yourself and your boundaries is a part of. It's protecting yourself, but it lets other people know that, hey, I better respect this Philip guy. He actually believes in himself. He thinks, I'll call it highly, not highly in the sense of, oh, I'm better than everybody. Look at me, grovel at my feet, but thinks highly of myself and the fact that I feel like I'm a high worth individual. And people want to be around people that have those boundaries, that have that high self-worth for themselves. They have that self-confidence, which is really what I want to get at, is that self-confidence in yourself. And people want to be around that. High-performing people want to be around people like that. And if you don't have that, just start respecting yourself first. Start saying you are worthy enough, doing small things to help you be able to be the winner that you really, truly are and deserve to be. But then also give that same equal respect to other people. Don't look at them as being bigger and better than you, or less and beneath you, but put them on the same playing field. Even if, we'll say from the bank account perspective, they are above or below you, or from the corporate ladder or wherever you're at, whatever company you're in, or if you're the business owner, for most of you, you are the business owner. Don't put yourself above them when you're having that conversation. Everybody knows you are the business owner. Everybody knows you're the one that makes the decisions, that you dictate my paycheck. But if that's how you come into a conversation, people won't respect you. So you need to give respect first. First and foremost, respect yourself. Respect your self-worth. Respect you in every facet. And then respect the person that you're speaking to. Because until you have the respect for yourself and the person or people that you're speaking to, your communication will never work. Your presentations will not go anywhere. So have that respect for yourself and those that you're speaking to, and that will create the power and the persuasion that you need in order to be the effective speaker, presenter, and communicator that you truly desire to be.